Hello, everybody. We are here for our review of Uncharted. This is a standalone review outside of Oscar Buzz. Wanted to get this out. I might record a review for Texas Chainsaw Massacre because I don't like happiness. Um, and I'm Trevor, as always, here with Thomas. Thomas, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, doing good. This should be an interesting discussion because one of us likes the movie a lot more than the other person. So yeah, should be a lot of fun
Yeah.
to talk about this film.
Yep. Got my Tottenham sweatshirt. Big win today over Manchester City, 3-2.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, the star of this film, Tom Holland, is a big Tottenham fan. I
Okay,
double
okay.
double 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 meaning with the sweatshirt. Double meaning, not a
Yeah.
creative thought that could have passed through the head of Ruben Fleischer while making the film.
Ooh,
Um,
okay,
all
okay.
right,
Already getting your jabs in
let's
there.
just let's just get straight in because I thought that this was terrible.
Okay.
I thought that this was just awful. Mark Wahlberg might be one of the worst working actors. He's a charisma suck. He couldn't deliver a line to save his life. I mean, and there were like some like because he was supposed to be like the comedic relief. And there were some like genuinely funny lines that were given to him that he just killed. Like not in a good
Hmm.
way. He killed the comedy. He murdered it out of the lines. Not a fan of Mark Wahlberg's performance in this. Not really a fan of Mark Wahlberg in anything except Boogie Nights, if I'm being completely honest.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
but yeah, no, his performance did not work for me at all. The one thing about this movie that worked for me was Tom Holland. Um, People talk about movie stars as a dying breed. Tom Holland, like, breaks that. Like, he is a movie star. He is this generation's Tom Cruise. He's this generation's whatever you want to say. He
Yeah.
is a movie star. He has all the qualities. Like he's so charismatic. He carries this film. Um, but no, for the most part, I was just very bored and felt like I was gonna fall asleep. It's like the most simple storytelling, but the film thinks it's way smarter than it is, but it's really just like you could apply it to it's the basic story circle.
Yeah.
Like and then it just like follows that, but it thinks that it's like doing a bunch of stuff. It's just steal something, then fight people, and then go steal another thing, and then run, and then fight people, and then like I don't know. This didn't work for me. I'm curious to hear why you like this.
Okay, so I'm interested in the fact that it thinks it's smarter than it is,
Okay.
because I didn't think it took itself too seriously. And I think that was one of the appeals of it. It knew that it was, a silly action adventure film, and
Did
that's
it?
exactly what it given us. I think it was giving us exactly what we expected. You know, if you want a better action adventure film, go watch Raiders of the Lost Ark. Yeah, of course. But equally, I think Mark Wahlberg. I mean, I even think his performance. There's a lot to love in his performance in The Happening. Often regarded as one of the
Okay.
worst performances of all time. I think he knew what he was doing in that film,
I
and he knows what he's doing in this film. I quite like Mark Wahlberg as an actor.
okay.
I think his sort of quite dry line delivery is sort of part of the appeal. It's part of what you expect to come from Mark Wahlberg characters, and I thought the chemistry between him and Holland were enough to make this movie overall pretty watchable. Like it was a watchable film. I wouldn't exactly describe it as good. I had a fun time with it. A lot of the action scenes worked to an extent. And having no prior knowledge of the games, like I know having seen pictures of Who Sully, and they're not like that. They're not Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg. They are inaccurate castings if you look at them, the characters. But I don't care because I've never played the games.
Me
So
neither.
equally,
I couldn't
just
care
like
less.
yeah, it was watching a Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg action adventure film. It had good enough action. The plot was followable, which is not a word, but I'm going to make it a word. It didn't convolute itself, put it that way. Um, Banderas wasn't in the movie enough. He was like criminally underutilized.
Yeah, no, that
Um,
was weird.
yeah,
How
exactly. They could have done so much with Antonio Banderas in this type of role, but they didn't, which was a shame. And there's nothing new that you are getting with this film. You've seen it 100 times before. You even saw it in like the Dora the Explorer movie 2 years ago. They're the exact same film.
True.
But this one, I thought it brought enough new action to the table, and as I said, the charisma between Holland Wahlberg, it was enough to make this movie overall a fairly satisfying experience, if not great experience. Put it that way.
I It's a very strong word. I I do feel like there is a longer cut of this film. I feel like there's a very different cut of this film because there was even like not even just like with Antonio Banderas being like criminally underutilized. Also Tati Gabriel, and I can't remember her character's name, but her too, and their like kind of affiliation. She wasn't there that much. I liked Sophia Taylor Ali as
Yeah,
Chloe. I think that she had more charisma, like charisma and more of a like more chemistry with Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg did.
okay.
I honestly wouldn't have minded if Mark Wahlberg just didn't exist and the movie was about them. If I'm being completely honest. Um, but I I guess what I mean when I say it's smarter than it thinks it is like even there's like a thing like towards the end like where like Tom Holland like tricks somebody or like there's so many moments like that where it's so painfully obvious what it's doing and then it takes it like the film like 5 minutes to get to the thing that is set up. And I guess because everything was just it was so obvious what was happening all of the time like for being like like a puzzle movie, I guess, like an adventure puzzle movie where they have to
Yeah,
figure stuff out. It just everything was laid out so obviously and like I don't think that you should feel smarter than the characters while watching it, like
no.
that you would be doing a better job. And I don't know, like I know it's a video game where you are like the character and you are like working through this, but like I don't know, like I just there was no suspense for me, I guess, throughout. And like this is a film that kind of rides on suspense and rides on like a ticking clock and like you got to solve it, but like I didn't feel the stakes at all, which hurts a film
Okay,
where it's like supposed to be massive stakes.
that's a fair point. But I'm fairly familiar with this genre. I quite enjoy this genre. National Treasure, Indiana Jones, all of these kind of movies are things that appeal to me generally. And the puzzle set out here, if you want to call it a puzzle, quest, whatever you want to call it,
Yeah,
I think it's relatively well done. It's a middling. There's not really any big moments to really capture your attention. I don't think I'll be remembering this film years down the line. Put it that way.
I won't remember this film in a
Um,
month.
no, maybe not. Maybe not. Having said that, it is one of the better video games movies I've seen. And the chemistry between the characters was enough to make it better than, like, say, Godzilla vs Kong last year, which is a similar big budget action film.
But those
Doesn't
had
really have a
monsters
coherent
punching each
plot.
other. But Godzilla
I
and
know, but
Kong
yeah.
punched each other in
But
that.
equally, these kind of films, if you get what I'm going for, these action film, mindless action films, I
Yeah.
think Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg are enough to make this film elevate the film above a lot of other ones in this genre.
So, okay, I would agree that this is one of the better video game films I've seen. However, that is such a low bar. Like that's
It is a
quite
very low
possibly the
bar.
lowest bar for any like genre in film. Like
Yeah,
I um yeah, like I would say Tom Holland's portrayal of Nathan Drake is might be my favorite video game movie performance.
oh,
Like
other than Jim Carrey and Sonic the Hedgehog. You're forgetting Jim Carrey and Sonic the Hedgehog.
so surprisingly I didn't.
Oh,
Um
okay. I see. You deliberately forgot that one. Okay,
no, I
okay.
did actually. Um but yeah, like I can't understate how much I enjoyed like Tom Holland's like just classic action hero performance in this. It's very fun. There's
Yeah,
no other way around it. It's very very fun. I just wish that they actually got a competent actor for him to play off of. Like I'm sorry,
yeah.
Mark Wahlberg, you're gonna never come on the show. But like I,
I'm sure we'd take Mark Wahlberg on the show if he offered.
if he not after this,
No,
um,
yeah. Yeah,
yes,
I
we
feel
absolutely
this
will.
review's just come down to I like the film more because I like Mark Wahlberg. You don't like the
Yeah.
film more because you don't like Mark
Well, I
Wahlberg.
also
That's
like
what it's sort of deteriorating into.
I don't like the screenplay. Like, okay, also the way that this film was shot. I actually have a question because I haven't seen anything
Okay,
about this, but in one scene, so it's when Toddy Gabriel, like her character, and then there's like two like goons next to her, and then they're walking out of like this big like military like thing, and then it's like a ramp, and then they're walking onto like this place. Did it look like video game graphics to you? Like, was there ever a scene that looked like very distinctly like video game graphics?
Um,
Because there
maybe,
was one
maybe.
for me that like looked like it was just a clip from the video game. I might have just like I might have just like almost fallen asleep and was like very like groggy. But like it looked very strange. There's also a moment where Tom Holland is falling out of the sky with Sophia Taylor Ali, and they're on like this little crate thing, and it looks like it's shot like a cutscene from a video game, where it's like, you're in first person view, and then you look back, and then somebody says, "Come on," and then it's like, I know there was lots of moments like that where things were shot, and especially like how the audio was recorded, like they felt like just like quips that you would hear while playing a video game, like. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know if
maybe.
I like that or not.
I
I
mean,
can't.
yeah, stylistically, this film has none of it. It's
Yeah,
it's not a stylistic film, and any choices that are made are questionable at best.
yeah. I guess.
But I've also seen a lot of people who have played the video games. They don't like this movie, so that is something to be warned of going in. If you
Yeah.
are a big fan of the games,
Yes.
this movie may not be for you.
Yeah. But I've also seen plenty of people who saw the video game who loved it. Like it's at like an 89% on Rotten Tomatoes for audience score.
Okay,
39 for critics. So
right,
definitely a disparity. But I don't know. I mean, I think that you're going to enjoy this movie if you have fun with it.
yeah,
And I didn't have fun with it. None of the jokes landed for me. Like I enjoyed Tom Holland, and that was it. Like honestly, it feels very similarly to how I feel about the Venom franchise. I know Ruben Fleischer only directed the first film in the Venom franchise, but like those are movies that like you just have to have fun with them, and I don't
mm,
find the fun in those movies.
okay,
So
yeah.
overall, this just didn't work for me. How are you feeling about um Oscars potential?
I I thought we just were going to skip over that because there is no point talking about Oscar Charter with a film. Fan favorite? Who knows? Maybe fan favorite next year.
I mean,
That is
People's
its
Choice Awards.
literal only shot.
Tom Holland's getting nominated. I think potentially for People's Choice.
Oh, if we're talking about People's Choice, this is what it's come to on this show. Talking
um,
seriously about People's Choice, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Tom Holland probably will get nominated for People's Choice. To be
Well,
fair,
because Spider-Man wasn't eligible last year because it came out in December, and they vote on their
uh,
awards halfway through November. So
yeah, yeah. There's a lot of strategy going into people's decisions behind.
yeah,
They think, oh, we didn't want to nominate him for Spider-Man last year, therefore we're going to have to nominate him for Uncharted this year. That's how the
yeah.
people think when they're voting for
That's
People's
exactly how people
Choice.
think. Yeah, they definitely won't forget who Tom Holland is.
No,
After a year from now when he's everywhere over Twitter. That's not true. But okay. Yeah, no, this film's only chance at a visual effects, it would have been visual effects. Like that would be the only thing.
yeah,
But and I see you shaking your head, so let me continue. It's not going to happen because one,
no,
this came out in February. Like
yeah,
we talked about Godzilla vs Kong last year, that came out in late March, and that still didn't happen. This is coming out in
yeah,
February. It's not going to happen. Two, it's a video game movie. A video game movie has never been nominated. Like the closest would be like Free Guy or Ready Player One, which like involve video game elements, and they both got visual
but
effects noms. But no film based on a video game has ever been nominated for an Oscar. And the visual effects like weren't anything special in this. Like they weren't like
no,
noticeably. There was like one noticeably bad visual effects shot. It's another thing like where they're in the air. Um, I don't know if it was like a stunt double for Tom Holland or like if they like composited him into frame. It looked very off. Other than that, but like there's nothing like special about them.
no,
So
no, no.
this film is going nowhere near the Oscars. Like I still think the strongest contender that we've seen so far this year is Death on the Nile. For, like tech stuff.
Yeah, probably,
So,
yeah.
but yeah, this doesn't mean anything for awards. I will pay one of you. No, never mind. I don't want to make any kind of bets online. But people have the video evidence. I was going to say like I pay somebody $1,000 if this got an Oscar nomination, but stranger things have happened. So, so we're not going to do that. But those are our thoughts on the film. Thomas, what is your rating? I'm scared.
I'd go 6. I'd go 6.
Okay, this is a solid 2.5 for me.
Okay. Better than I was expecting.
Nearing on to 2. But yeah, those are our thoughts on Uncharted. Some disparity there. But yes, as I said, more stuff coming. I will be seeing Dog tomorrow.
I won't be seeing Dog tomorrow.
I haven't been hearing terrible things about Dog.
Yeah.
Like,
still, I mean, it's a dog movie with Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum's directing actually too, which I'm kind of curious.
Yeah.
No, it's at a 77 on Rotten Tomatoes, which I think is almost exactly double Uncharted's Rotten Tomatoes score.
Okay, I might go and check it out. I might, but there's also other stuff releasing this week.
I'll report back.
I'm more excited to check out.
But yeah, so there's that. Bill Burr, isn't it? Sorry, we're getting off topic. But Dog, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I'll probably do something for. I don't know. Movies are coming out. But Thomas, where can the people on the internet find you?
You can find me at Payman's Pictures on YouTube and Thomas Gladstone on Letterboxd.
You can find me The Basement on YouTube. You can find me Trevor Mattson on Letterboxd. Oscar Buzz, new episode will be coming out in a couple of days. Also, a fun thing that happened. There's on Twitter a thing was announced. It's going on. It's called the Banana Meter. It's an alternative to Rotten Tomatoes, made up primarily of film Twitter people. And I am a Banana Meter approved critic now. So you will find my reviews going up on the website. I'll probably put a link in the description. And I may or may not be writing an article for them. So things coming there. So go check them out. It's a fun little experiment. I have my review of Uncharted will be going up soon. So thank you everybody so much for watching. We got a decent discussion out of Uncharted. I'm sure this discussion was more entertaining than the movie. Sorry, one more jab. But until next time, stay safe everybody. Goodbye. And thank you for watching.